Hi, my friends. I want to show you something that is just absolutely amazing from one of the sisters out there. One of the spiritual sisters. She does a lot of good work about the Schumann resonance, and I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. The Schumann resonance is the Earth frequency that's given off through. It's kind of through magnetism. I hope I'm explaining right. Through magnetism, through the atmosphere, through these other things, right? So it's a frequency. So, it's kind of like the Earth's music or frequency, right, coming off. Well, what's interesting about this is that we know that there's some kind of relationship between us, man and lady kind, and the Earth frequency, the Schumann resonance, because I'm going to give you the most recent example. Right before Russia attacked Ukraine, it spiked. There's a spike, and it spiked up really hard. And so sometimes there's something in relation to, it can be negative, but also sometimes there can be positive things as well. Now, I can't remember how far back the Schumann resonance goes, but I think I read somewhere back even like after World War II, even at the exact moment when they declared a ceasefire around the world, the exact moment that was being transversed through the radio broadcasts and everything else, that the Schumann resonance dropped to silence. And even a guy, I think he said he was in Paris, France. He said he walked outside and he said there was more. He goes, there was cheering on the streets and everything else when people had heard this. But they said but there's more to it. He said there was this underlining tone of just peace and tranquility and silence around that you could just feel it in the air and the atmosphere, and also kind of like he said something just amazing. And he said you could feel like you're part of those surrounding the world. Well, anyway, so now what's going on about that? So there is some kind of relationship and correlation between the Schumann resonance and us. Okay, so I'm gonna play hers because I can point you to it, but it's better if I just go ahead and click it here because I have the screen thing here. So you can go check out her stuff, and I'm going to do a comment to her telling her that I did a video and, of her stuff because I want her to be aware of this and also, get her approval and stuff like that, and, and just tell her that I'm pointing some people to her, right? So here we go. I'm going to play it for you.
Hello, friends. How are you today? I'm so happy to be back here with you today. And I'd like to talk about this energy. Before, in my last video, I talked about this piece right here. And now I'd like to expand it to include this second wave that came after this first piece. I'll make a separate video to talk about this amazing energy here because it's amazing what is going on in the environment right now. The energy environment is incredible. And instead of focusing on frequency and amplitude and quality, I talked about that in detail in the last video. What I want to do is look at the image itself and talk about what I feel is the meaning. Number one and number two, there was a secondary image which is right over here. And I want to talk about the meaning of this. Now, why do I interpret the images of the Schumann resonance? In my beginning playlist, I explain my thoughts on these energies, on what the Schumann resonance may comprise, and how human beings may contribute to creating the images, the energies that comprise the resonances. In fact, it's an interesting coincidence that the range here of 0 to 40 hertz is the same hertz range as the emission of human brain waves. So delta, the theta, the alpha, the beta, and then the gamma up in the higher hertz going up to 40. And when you look at a chart like this, you can see that it appears that the energy goes over 40 hertz as well. And indeed, there are a couple of resonances higher than that. But this chart that I'm using goes to 40 hertz, and it doesn't expand when the energies may shift. So the lower numbers are at the top of the chart, and I pointed it out on the last video, but it's still the case here to the extent that we can see it. You can see that there's just less activity. There's more space at the top of the chart, and you can see that the technological effect is at play here. You can also see here between these two waves, look at just this open space of blue. You know, there's not the matrix that is often behind the energy in recent times. And then you have this image here. So let me first talk about the big image, and then I'll talk about this secondary image, and then I will address this on another video because there's some incredible information that I want to share with you on that. I'm going to share it and focus on that in another, because it's a different idea. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like doubled, because I doubled this image right here with the cross, and it was incredibly phenomenal. Well, in the next image, you are going to see an expanded, like I call it, like an exalted wave of energy. Wow, isn't this incredible? It literally looks as if the host of heaven has opened and presented itself to humanity. And this is an incredible image. And what it says to me is that there is an opportunity, an offer of energy to us at this time that is phenomenal. I mean, I have been actively looking at the chart and doing articles and videos on the chart since the fall of 2019. And before that, you know, just monitoring it personally without publishing on it. But this is perhaps the most stunning display of energy that I have seen.
Okay, I'll pause just for a moment, let her talk. What blows me away, she kind of puts it out there. She said the cross and things. Look at that. That is the Lord's cross, dead center. The Lord has opened up the gateway of heaven, the energy flowing, and all that power of the heavens. Look at that. The cross is right there in the dead center of the Schumann resonance right here, the frequency turned into a picture for us. Are you kidding me? So thank you, Lord. Thank you, Father in heaven. And thank you, angels, and thank you for everybody on the side that is showing us this. This is amazing that the energy from the heavens, it's like the Lord has opened up the doors, the gateway from heaven to give us more energy here. Isn't this amazing? So there's not just, see, that's the thing is, we're always talking about energy just from the sun, right? The sun, you know, the sun that comes, you know, I'm talking about the physical sun that feeds our earth, you know, with the warmth. And, you know, of course, life would not exist without that sun. The plants, the trees, you know, everything evolves around the sun. But there's also the spiritual life. We have to have energy from the spiritual world as well. Kind of like the Lord said one time, you cannot live on bread alone. Well, that's the same thing too. We can't just live off the sun, off the energy alone, because that's why you got these evil forces thinking that they don't need the spiritual world. They don't need this. We're going to have everything artificial. That you don't need all that because we got a sun. We can produce our own nuclear power. We can just, we'll be living on what do you call it? The Star Wars, a little circular metal ball eventually. We have to have the heavens here with us. We have to have that spirituality. That is part of who we are. You know, we don't want to be artificial, just robots. So that's the thing is, so they can't produce this. They can't do this, can they? No matter how much the technology throw at this. Now, I'm not against technology. There needs to be a balance. It's out of balance, right? So now that's a whole different discussion. But see, look at this. This is what blows my mind. So this is amazing, isn't it? Oh my gosh! So I don't know if you see my video about the Lord's cross in the sky being shot up there. Look at this though. Wow, Lord's cross, dead center. Now I'm gonna try to play her a little bit more though, but I don't want this too long because then it becomes a whole nother video of her video, and you're probably like, well, geez, Kirk, this is a long thing. If so, you can just cut it off too. But because I want to hear a little bit more of her as far as I went in here. But really, what's interesting next to the cross, I don't know if you can see this in here. I'm trying to see. I can't see. I'm going to tap it. I'm tapping here, right? that little dot here. If you look up here, it's like a guy carrying a sword. He's like a prophet right here. You know, on each side, here's one. And over here, I don't know if we can zoom in there. Yeah, see that? There's like, he's like this prophet, like, you know, I don't know if you see that. It's amazing. You can see a face right here. And then you can see like he's holding a sword of truth or something. I don't know. But I don't know if as far as I can zoom in on this thing, you can clearly see that there's one on each side of the cross. And look how above the cross it's like this crown or gates. See like golden gates up here. I'm going to try to see here. I'm trying to help it to see this right here. It's like gates of heaven. I'm not kidding. See the gate? The golden gates to heaven? I mean, are you serious? Look at this. It's like gates. You know, so you can see like the gates, you can see the rods coming down like this, you know, and at first I thought, well, gosh, is it a crown? It's like the gate to heaven, the golden gate. Are you kidding me? Like I said, here we got the cross. Of course, you can see that. I mean, whoa. I mean, this is just blows my mind. So God bless this sister, because I would not have noticed and seen this. You got to be kidding me. This is just unreal. I mean, my goodness, what do we got on the sides here? Can't zoom in there. I'm going to have to come back and take a closer look at this myself, the photo. So I'm going to push play a little bit more. So, this is amazing. I'm sorry, I go on about it. Okay, so I'm going to push play here. Here we go.
In the time that I've been looking at the chart, and this is what is available to us now as human beings. It's like the divine has, you know, opened the possibilities for us to draw.
No, sorry, no. She's got a good important point there. We need to do our duty. We need to do our role, you know, and we need to use that power, that energy, and make a difference, you know, through prayer, through prayer, through these things. Also, to use that spiritual. We're supposed to be the light of the world. That's why we're here. So, you know, we're not going to be just energy vampires sucking energy from, you know, people. You know, they talk about energy vampires for hate. We are here, so let's absorb that energy that's coming from the Lord in the heavens and use that. You know, the power. You put it the power behind love and the power of that energy to just use this now. Because I don't know a lot of details about this. Maybe you can describe it, you know, more about this. But you know, this energy is opening up. This is our opportunity. This is what we need to do as brothers and sisters, as a family, children of God, and also, you know, all this stuff. Sorry, don't mean to ramble, but I'm just so excited. Sorry. So here we go.
This energy internally to develop the inner resistance within, and to give us something to rely on, to give us a reminder, to give us a sign that all is well and the heavenly host has our back. God has our back. The divine has our back. And we are an integral part of his plan. So I know that it's scary right now, right? I know that there's a lot of information out there that is frightening. But it looks to me like God is saying, because we look at the white resonance as representing a celestial energy, an expanded energy, and then an understanding of where the action is on the chart. And the action here, okay, in this chart, which is mirrored, right? We got half of the image. I mirrored it to create the whole image, and then I reversed it so that we could take a look at what was really there and interpret it. And this is an intuitive interpretation of the energy. But I mean, this is just stunning. It's just, it speaks of miracles. It speaks of miraculous intervention and solutions. But this energy is not separate from who we are. And when we acknowledge, when we understand that we are worthy of receiving, because we are children of the Creator, and divinity wants us to succeed, right, in our hopes and dreams. And far be it for me to say, but I'm guessing that a large, large majority of the 7.7 billion people on this planet want life, love, peace, happiness, freedom, liberty. They want to be inspired. They want to be encouraged. They want to live peacefully with their families. They want to have a world that works for them, that allows for the full range of human expression in alignment with the highest good, right? So even though the news is, it's so chaotic. You know, first one thing's happening, then another thing's happening. It's all very dramatic. But to me, I feel that this is a message. It's a message, and if humans help emit this energy, or it's a reflection of human consciousness in some way, then we're telling ourselves that we have the capability to not just survive here, but to thrive. That our hopes and dreams can manifest. That we have the power, we have the resilience, we have the courage to step forward in these times and face the difficulties. And I want to show you the smaller image at the end, because
anyway,
explain what I see here. So here's the wave. Okay, now this is the.
Well, anyway, I'll let you go through there if you want to watch more of her, because I want to suck the whole thing from her and reproduce the whole thing. So I'm going to see I haven't had a chance to go through it to see if she talks about the smaller ways and stuff like that. So if you're interested, I'll try to put a link in when you get a chance. So busy in the comments or whatever, but you can see it. You can actually just search it, Schumann Resonance, the wave extends into exalted. Her name is Susan Inspired. Let's see if I can bring that up. Let's see, where's her? Yeah, Susan Inspired. So go to her channel, and I'm going to give her a thumbs up, and I'm going to try to comment too. Just blows me away. And she's like everybody else. I mean, she's got a lot of subscribers, but the good stuff out there, it's always got 100 views max. You don't see 100,000 view subscribers, and I'm just laughing because you got to dig to find this good stuff. So anyway, all right. God bless you all. So let's take that energy and convert it into light, love, and like she said, just also internally to yourself, and bring in that energy, and because be as strong as you can with that love and everything, and then we're gonna shoot that energy out to the world. What do you think? All right. God bless you all, and love you all. And boy, there's so much we can learn about the spiritual world, right? This is just another step. All right. Take care. God bless.